All right, let's talk about the one burning question every single property owner has. How in the world do I get my listing to the top of Booking.com? Well, today, we're going to pull back that curtain. We're going to demystify the algorithm that decides who gets seen, who gets clicks, and most importantly, who gets booked.
You know the feeling, right? You've got this amazing property. You've taken some great photos, but you go to check your listing and where is it? Page 5? Page 10? It is so frustrating. So why does it seem like some properties get all the love while yours feels practically invisible?
So let's start by digging into this ranking mystery. What's really going on behind the scenes? Is it just dumb luck? Is it totally random? Or is it just about having the absolute lowest price? Well, the answer, as you're about to find out, is a whole lot more interesting than that.
Okay, first thing you have to get is that nothing about your ranking is an accident. Booking.com uses this incredibly smart, sophisticated algorithm. But look, its goal isn't to make your life difficult. Its main job is to be a matchmaker, to connect the perfect guest with their perfect property as fast as possible. It's all about making sure everyone has a great experience.
So, if it's a system, that means it has rules. And you know what? If it has rules, we can understand them. So let's get into it and actually crack the code of how this algorithm thinks and, more importantly, what it really cares about.
And here it is. This is the single most important thing to understand. The algorithm's one and only goal is to show travelers the properties they are most likely to book and then have an amazing stay at. It's not about being the cheapest, it's not about being the fanciest. It's about predicting a successful booking from start to finish. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of the matter. At the end of the day, Booking.com is a business, and that business works when reservations are successful. So it only makes sense that they're going to promote the listings that have a proven track record of making that happen. Your success is literally their success.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. This is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Your ranking is, well, it's alive, it's dynamic. It can change day to day, even hour to hour based on what's happening. Things like local demand, changes in your pricing, your availability, and even how guests are interacting with your listing right now. It all matters. So, how does the algorithm actually make these split-second decisions? Well, it's constantly looking at a specific set of signals from your listing. So let's break down the key factors it's measuring to decide where you land in those search results.
Think of this as the algorithm's internal checklist. It's looking at everything from how many views turn into bookings to your prices and even how fast you get back to people's messages. We're going to go through each of these, starting with the biggest one.
All right, let's talk about the absolute king of all metrics, conversion rate. This is, without a doubt, the most critical signal. The math is simple. For all the people who look at your listing, what percentage of them actually end up booking? A high conversion rate is like a giant flashing sign to Booking.com that your listing works, and that'll earn you a much higher rank.
Right after conversion comes your reputation. And you know what? The algorithm has a bit of a magic number in mind. Properties that have guest review scores over 8.5, and especially those that hit a 9.0 or higher, get a serious boost. That score is concrete proof that you deliver a fantastic guest experience.
And, of course, price matters. But it's not about being the cheapest. It's about being competitive. The algorithm is constantly scanning your rates and comparing them to similar properties right in your area. If you're priced way, way higher for no good reason, yeah, your visibility is probably going to take a hit. And then there are these other really important levers you can pull. Keeping your calendar wide open gives the platform more to sell. Offering flexible cancellation policies that makes guests feel way more confident to book, which, you guessed it, helps your conversion rate. And replying to messages super fast tells the algorithm that you're a reliable and engaged host. Okay, so that's all the theory. But how do you actually put this stuff into practice? Let's switch gears and build a clear, actionable game plan. This is your path to getting on page 1.
All right, here is your playbook for success. Number 1, invest in professional photos. They are everything for conversion. 2, use dynamic pricing to stay competitive. 3, keep that calendar open for months and months. 4, be lightning fast when you reply to guests. 5, obsess over the guest experience to get those amazing reviews. And finally, take a serious look at programs like Genius or Preferred Partner. They can really boost your visibility.
Now, just as important as knowing what to do is knowing what not to do. So many hosts actually hurt their own ranking without even knowing it. So let's look at the most common mistakes that will absolutely drag your listing down.
Whatever you do, avoid these pitfalls.
Don't price yourself out of the game. Don't use blurry, dark, or old photos. Don't block off huge chunks of your calendar. That just tells the algorithm you're not really open for business. Never, ever ignore guest messages. And the biggest sin of all, canceling a reservation that's already been confirmed. That is a massive red flag to the system.
So, after all that, what's the one thing you really need to remember? What's the core idea that ties this all together? Let's boil it all down to the ultimate takeaway.
At the end of the day, trying to trick the algorithm or find some secret hack is a losing game. The real secret to ranking higher is to stop obsessing over the algorithm and start obsessing over your guest. If you provide an absolutely incredible experience from the very first photo they see to the moment they check out, the algorithm will notice, and it will reward you.
And that leaves us with one last question to think about. Take a really hard look at your listing, your prices, your rules, your communication. Are they all set up for your convenience, or are they truly designed to create the absolute best experience for the guest? Because the answer to that question, that's what will determine your success.